Alright guys, make a quick video here on this is on a 2000 ZR2 Blazer. Ran into a problem here with this. I took off the radiator cap here, guys, and seen a bunch of black, look like rubbery, almost like a rubbery grease type stuff floating around in the radiator. And I didn't see any other YouTube videos out there on this problem. A lot of the other videos were saying, getting oil in the radiator, blowed head gasket or a cracked head, and then fluid getting in here. But that ain't the problem I had, guys. Because mine was more like a little chunks of rubber. And then it started deteriorating and almost turned into like a greasy film. And like I said, there was little chunks of rubber floating around in there, and I couldn't figure out exactly what the problem was, because I ended up putting a new radiator in and flushing the whole, taking all the hoses off, flushed everything out, flushed the engine block out. Flushed everything out, flushed the heater core, made sure it was none of that grimy stuff in there, guys. And what I ended up finding out, guys, was my radiator hose. Set you down here for a minute. If you take a look inside there, guys, if you can see that, the radiator, upper radiator hose, guys, started to deteriorate and fall apart, and it started plugging up the radiator. Well, I didn't completely plug it, but I could see the stuff floating around in there, like I said, and I couldn't figure out exactly what was going on. And I was pretty sure I didn't have a blowed head gasket or a cracked head, because otherwise, a lot of times, you'll see smoke coming out your exhaust, like a white smoke. And there's other videos out there that suggested maybe the oil cooler inside the radiator, the transmission cooler or oil cooler, could break inside there or rust or corrode and start leaking inside. But I didn't see any other videos out there on a radiator hose deteriorating and plugging up your radiator. So I thought I'd throw that video out there, guys. Some other people maybe run into that problem. You might want to check your upper radiator hose. Now the lower radiator hose, I went ahead and changed that, put a new one on there too. But I didn't see any problem with that lower. The lower one looked fine. It's your upper one here. Your upper radiator hose, guys, takes a lot of abuse, because you got a lot of hot, then it cools down, then it gets hot, cools down, and puts a lot of stress on that rubber after so many years. You know, this truck's 23 years old, going on 24 years old, and we got about 256,000 miles on it. So, yeah, I wanted to throw that video out there in case some other people out there in the YouTube land maybe has that same issue. Some black, almost looked like a grease. Some of it looked like a grease, and I couldn't figure out how grease would be getting inside the radiator. Because I think if you had an oil cooler or something, your antifreeze starts turning like a milkshake color, or real milky looking. But this wasn't the case on this one. This one here, we had looked like just almost like a greasy film, and then, like I said, little chunks of of little chunks of rubber, and it started deteriorating in there. And I'm guessing after so many heat cycles, that it almost turned into like a greasy film, almost like grease. And yeah, it's from this hose here, guys. I ended up cutting this open because I wanted to check it. And you can see down in there, guys, the hose. Look at that. There's that greasy film I was telling you about. It's just like a grease. And it was from that rubber. That's what it looked like inside my radiator right there, guys. This black, almost, and then when you press it together, almost like a grease. But it's actually the rubber. The inside of the rubber radiator hose, guys, started rotting away, or whatever you want to call it. So maybe some other people run into that same problem. I don't know. I didn't see any YouTube videos out there on that problem. So that could be one of your problems too, if you're getting some kind of junk in your radiator there, guys. So anyways, guys, that'll wrap this video up on the 2000 ZR2 Blazer here with the malfunctioning upper radiator hose.